how to turn your website into a 24/7 salesperson. Is your website working for you or just sitting there? Most small business websites look good on the surface, but they fall short where it matters most. They don't generate leads. Too often, websites function like a digital brochure, simply sharing information without guiding visitors toward taking action. Your website should be much more than that. It should be your hardest working employee, available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, consistently attracting visitors, building trust, and converting interest into real business opportunities. If your website isn't producing inquiries, phone calls, or booked appointments, then it's not doing its job effectively. The good news is that with a few strategic changes, you can transform your website into a powerful, always-on salesperson. Start with a headline that hooks your visitor. When someone lands on your website, you have only a few seconds to capture their attention. In that brief moment, they are subconsciously asking one critical question: am I in the right place? A generic headline like, "Welcome to our website," does nothing to answer that question. In fact, it often causes visitors to lose interest and leave. A strong headline, on the other hand, immediately communicates what you do, who you serve, and the result you provide. An effective approach is to clearly state who you help, what you help them achieve, and, if possible, what problem you eliminate along the way. When your headline is clear and benefit-driven, visitors instantly feel understood, and that connection keeps them engaged. Build trust immediately with strong trust signals. Even if your message is clear, most visitors will not take action right away. That's because skepticism is natural. People want reassurance that they are making the right decision before they engage with a business. This is where trust signals play a critical role. Trust signals are elements on your website that demonstrate credibility and reduce uncertainty. These can include recognizable client logos, industry certifications, awards, years of experience, or mentions in reputable media outlets. Placement matters just as much as content. Trust signals should appear early, ideally near the top of your page, and also close to your calls to action, where visitors are deciding whether to move forward. When used effectively, these elements will help answer the question every visitor is thinking: can I trust this business? Use testimonials to let your customers sell for you. While trust signals establish credibility, testimonials bring your value to life. Potential customers are far more likely to believe the experiences of others than the claims you make about yourself. Strong testimonials go beyond vague praise. They highlight specific results, describe a relatable challenge, and show a clear transformation. A testimonial that explains how a business increased leads or improved efficiency is far more compelling than one that simply says, "Great service." Whenever possible, include names, photos, or even short videos to make testimonials feel authentic and relatable. Video testimonials, in particular, can be incredibly effective because they add a human element that builds connection and trust. It's also important to align testimonials with your content. If a visitor is reading about a specific service, they should see testimonials that reinforce that exact offering. This consistency strengthens confidence and moves them closer to taking action. Create clear, compelling offers. One of the most common reasons websites fail to convert visitors is surprisingly simple. They never clearly ask the visitor to do anything. Every page on your website should include a clear and compelling call to action. This is the step you want your visitor to take next, whether it's scheduling a consultation, requesting a quote, or downloading a helpful resource. Effective offers remove risk and emphasize value. Words like free, no obligation, or complimentary review can significantly increase response rates because they lower the barrier to entry. At the same time, your offer should clearly communicate what the visitor will gain. Keep it simple and focused. Each page should guide visitors toward one primary action. When people are presented with too many choices, they often choose none at all. Make the next step obvious. Even with a strong offer in place, your website must make the next step easy to follow. Confusion is one of the biggest obstacles to conversion. If a visitor has to think too hard about what to do next, they are likely to leave. Clear, visually distinct buttons are essential. Your calls to action should stand out and be easy to find. Repeating them throughout the page ensures that visitors can take action whenever they feel ready. Your website should also guide visitors in a natural progression from understanding your value to building trust to taking action. When the experience feels intuitive, conversions increase. Optimize for conversions, not just looks. Design is important, but a visually appealing website that doesn't convert is ultimately ineffective. To function as a true 24/7 salesperson, your website must be optimized for usability and speed. Pages should load quickly, display properly on mobile devices, and present content in a clear, easy-to-read format. Short paragraphs and clean layouts help visitors quickly find what they need. Most importantly, focus on outcomes. Traffic alone doesn't grow your business, conversions do. Every element of your website should be designed with the goal of generating leads, calls, and appointments. Avoid these common website mistakes. Even well-designed websites can fall short if they make a few critical mistakes. One of the most common is focusing too much on the company instead of the customer. Visitors care most about how you can help them. Another frequent issue is the absence of clear calls to action. Without direction, visitors simply won't take the next step. A lack of testimonials or proof can also create doubt and hesitation. Finally, cluttered design can overwhelm visitors and dilute your message. Simplicity and clarity will always outperform complexity. Conclusion: turn your website into a lead-generating machine. Your website has the potential to be one of your most powerful business tools, but only if it is built with intention and strategy. When you combine a strong headline, clear messaging, trust-building elements, authentic testimonials, and compelling calls to action, your website begins to work for you around the clock, attracting visitors, building confidence, and turning interest into real opportunities. Are you ready to turn your website into a 24/7 salesperson? If your website isn't generating the results you want, you don't have to figure it out on your own. The Social Glue stands ready to help. With decades of experience helping businesses improve their online presence, we understand what it takes to turn a website from a passive online placeholder into a powerful lead-generating tool. If you're ready to make your website work harder for your business, now is the time to take the next step. A few strategic improvements can make all the difference. Reach out today for a free website review.
Don't miss the next video from the Social Glue. Smash that like button, subscribe, and join our community. Got questions? Call 678-358-3680 or visit thesocialglue.com. Don't miss out, be part of the buzz.